Hi, Eva Nichols here. I just thought I'd give you a little tour of my studio after I have just cleaned it up, organized it. I got this new shelving system recently, and that inspired me to take everything out of my studio and get it organized again. And I bought these little plastic bins. Bought a bunch of those, and then I bought myself a label gun thanks to the podcast Artist Helping Artist. I listened to that, and that was one of their episodes, was how to organize your studio, and they highly recommended getting a label gun and get your stuff organized with labels on it so you know where you have things. And so far so good. I'm trying to stay with the system. And as we turn around here, you can see that, hey, here I am, I have a closet at the one end of my studio, and it has two mirror doors, which work out perfectly because when I sit here and paint at the table facing my north facing window, when I'm at the point where I need to evaluate something, I just swing around in my chair and I hold up my painting and look across the room and look at it in the mirror. That way it's flipped, and it gives me a much better idea of balance, especially if it's balanced, if there's something that sticks out that I don't like. Here's another bookcase, and it's full of books and binders with my painting ideas, sketches, and I have little DVDs from other artists that I watch, and I keep some of my painting books in here, and my travel books, and my bird books, and binoculars and stuff like that. And you can see I have a couple of these kinds of bins. That I bought a number of years ago. I have two of those with the little drawers, and I have all sorts of stuff in there. There's where I sit and work on my computer. And then I have a leftover from my days as a hair and makeup artist. This is actually that white piece of furniture you see there next to, in between my painting table and my computer table, is left over from my days as a hair and makeup artist. It's a unit that's on wheels and that hairdressers use. And here is my painting station. So I have it on those kinds of legs that are individual, so I can move them back and forth, and they have this kind of a gadget, I don't know what you call it, but I can adjust my table, both the height, so if I wanted to stand, for instance, which I don't, but if I wanted to stand, and if I was working on really big paintings, that sometimes that's a good idea. I can raise it, and I can also raise it individually, so you know, back and front, so I can make it have a slant. Right now I paint flat, but I have in the past have it raised just slightly, so I had a very slight slope, and that can be nice sometimes. And then here I just have another dresser that I use for painting supplies and art stuff like that. And then this little computer table has my self-healing mat on it, so I can cut things with an X-Acto knife. And then it also has this, you know, cutter that I use sometimes for cutting out, you know, reference photos and other things. And then here, underneath here, I put this dish towel over so that it doesn't get dusty, and that is my light table, where I can trace things on. And I don't like to draw directly on my watercolor paper, so if I have something a little bit more complicated, I do a separate drawing. Then I usually put it on my scanner, which is over here. And you might have noticed yours truly has 3 printers. I don't know. I'm trying. I can't get rid of any until they break down. How's that for a rule? But some of them are old. Some of my printers are old and they won't take certain papers, and then I bought a new one. This is my newest one with a nice scanner. I used to have a separate scanner, but nowadays, you know, everything comes in one. And so I scan my drawings on here, and then I, you know, can download them on my computer as a JPEG file, and then I can blow them up or make them smaller and stuff like that. And that way I have them. I use this chair. It's just an office chair, and that can go, you know, I can adjust it up and down so that it'll fit my computer table, and it'll also fit nicely here when I'm sitting here and painting at my painting station. So yeah, there you have it. And then, you know, I use my walls as extra storage. You can see there's another printer up there. That one I'm keeping. It's my most expensive printer and my least loved. It's a Canon. And the nice thing is that it'll take up to 13 by 19 sheets of paper. But the bad thing is that the wireless connection never worked very well. It already won't take cardstock, and it is a complete ink hog. But I still have it because of the fact that I can use the bigger sheets of paper when I'm doing big paintings or want to print big prints. And yeah, there you have it. And at some point, and there's the 2 other printers. The silver one is an old printer. It's probably 10 years old by now. It's an HP Photo Smart, and that is a workhorse. It still is going strong. It'll still print out cards for me. It's not wireless, but it doesn't matter so much. So I use that one when I have big orders of greeting cards, because I still print them out myself most of the time. So anyway, there you have it. That's my studio, and it doesn't look like this very often because most of the time, you know, I'm in the middle of projects. And I do have a little space heater in here because in the winter, if I'm sitting home and working in my studio, I like to have my studio a little bit warmer than the rest of the house. So then it's nice to have that extra heater. This is where I film. This stand here, that's where I attach my camera when I'm filming in my studio. And that works out pretty well. And I will see you soon in a new little YouTube video, hopefully. Cheers, have a great day.